Hi, my name is Taylor Cole, and today I'll be talking to you about the art of making bread. Bread making goes back thousands and thousands of years. It is very versatile and comes in many forms. Although it is easy to make, it does require a lot of skill, a lot of time, and a lot of patience. But as I said before, it comes in many different forms, and some of those are challah, flatbread, focaccia, and my personal favorite, and what I'll be talking about today, sourdough. In the article, The Zen of Art Making Bread, she talks about how bread takes a lot of time, a lot of skill, and a lot of patience. Throughout the years, she learned that she couldn't be on her own schedule because bread and other pastries take a lot of time and don't always work out to your favor. So, she learned that you can't always go by the directions, sometimes you have to go by the food itself. In making any kind of bread, and sourdough bread, you always need a good starter. For this reason, I've learned that not always buying store-bought yeast is the best. Sometimes, and other chefs find this true too, making your own starter at home saves you time and money, and it only takes 5 days. To do this, all you need is a little container, or you can use the Tupperware container. You put a little yeast in it, and then you feed it with water and a little bit of bread flour every day, and in 5 days you will have a starter that you can use. And many chefs find this very helpful and to their favor. Once you have your starter ready and you have a yeast ready, then you can start making your sourdough bread. The first step in making sourdough bread is once you have a bowl ready or your mixer with a dough hook on it, then you can mix your yeast or starter, water, and your olive oil together. Once you've mixed this together, then you can slowly add your bread flour or your salt in whichever order you want. Some of you may be asking why use bread flour instead of all-purpose flour. In the article, The Beginner's Guide, it talks about how bread flour is higher in protein and it allows your bread to elevate and become more crunchy and airy. That's why I would use bread flour. Once you have done this, then you can just keep your bread in that same bowl, put it in a warm place, and cover it with a cloth for about 30 to 40 minutes. Sometimes it takes longer. It can take up to 12 hours even. But usually it'll double in size within about 30 minutes. Once it has doubled in size, then you can cut it in half and slowly knead the dough towards you. Once it becomes 2 different ball-like shapes, you can put them in 2 separate bowls and allow them to sit again for about 15 minutes. Once they have sat again for about 15 minutes, then you can gently take them out and bake them. There are 2 different ways you can bake this bread. You can either bake it in a Dutch oven, or you can bake it like I do, which is just on a regular pan. I usually bake it for about 450 degrees for about 30 minutes, and it comes out looking beautiful, crunchy, and luscious, just like this one did that I baked. Once you have done that, then you can dig in and eat it as much as you want. But as many of you may know, you may wonder how you can use sourdough. You can use sourdough in so many different ways. You can use it as a bread bowl or a soup bowl by just cutting the top off and taking most of the inside out. Now you may think, well, isn't that wasting it? Well, no, because you can use the outside you take out to dip it back in. And a lot of people even cut up the bread and use it to dip into other dippings and other sauces that they use. I love making bread, and it relaxes me and smells good. I also find such a satisfaction in making bread. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you'll try making this recipe at home.